Hi, this is Yolanda Vanveen from vanveenbulbs.com. And next we're going to talk about how to keep houseplants alive while you're gone. Now all of us lead really busy lives, and sometimes we go on big trips. And we don't always have someone that can come over and take care of our plants while we're gone. So what do we do to keep plants alive? Well, I've tried a lot of different methods, and I've watered and made sure things that were really wet before I left, and they've survived pretty well. Or I've got the big glass balls that let the water go in eventually, and those work okay as well. But I took a trip a few years back, well, not 10 years back probably now, and I was gone for 2 months, and I didn't know what to do because my neighbor Larry took care of my cat, but he told me, don't even ask me to touch your plants. I'm not into plants. So I was so worried that I would lose all my plants. But I came up with a way to save them, and they survived for 2 months. I was gone. So what I did is I just threw all my house plants in the shower. First, before I even left them, I covered them all up. I ran the shower, and my trick is lukewarm water. So don't use hot water and don't use cool water. Use lukewarm water. And I do this with my plants about once a month anyway. More like once every 2 to 3 months. But I found giving your plants, your house plants, a shower is the best thing you can do for them. And they love it, and it's easy, and it's not messy. So I've got it lukewarm, and I'm going to leave it on the shower mode, and I'm trying to not be too much pressure. So more of a mist type pressure is better than having it on strong pressure. And I'm just soaking my plants. I just soak them. And you can move it back and forth to make sure every plant is covered. I've even got my hanging plants in here, and this is how I clean my hanging plants. And this is pretty much how I water my hanging plants too, is I just give them a shower. And they love it because the leaves get all the dust taken off of them, which clogs their pores just like dust clogs our pores. So by giving them a shower, you give them a break. So what I do before I take a big trip, like I was gone for 2 months, like I said, is I soaked everything down, just soaked it down. And then I actually, once everything's really wet, I plugged it up and left about 2 or 3 inches of water in the tub. And you don't want to leave too much water either, because if you're gone in the wintertime and you've left a lot of water in there, and it's 2 months that they're sitting in thick water, they might just rot and you'll lose them in the end too. So you don't want to overwater them. But I found within 2 months, just a couple inches of water makes all the difference. And you don't want to put any chemicals or anything else in the water. I don't put any fertilizers, nothing. Just pure water, because you don't want to risk, if you have cats coming through the house, or my cat's in the house too, you know, Dexter might try to drink that water and I don't want him to get sick. So I've only got a few inches of water, and I just leave it. And I turn it off. And I've got artificial light. The key is you have to have some kind of artificial light in your bathroom. And it's a pretty strong light in here, and I think they'll do just fine. They do much better if I left them out in the house where they wouldn't be watered at all or get any moisture. So I'm ready to go on my trip. I'm leaving my plants in the bathtub, and I'll be back. This time it won't be 2 months. But I bet if I was even gone for 2 months and came back, they would still be alive.